And here we go. Music is done. It's happy. Everybody was tapping their toes and their fingers and stuff. And anyway, welcome everyone. I'm glad to have you all on board today. Holy mackerel, and this is incredible. Barely got started and already two super chats. First one was Arliss Scott. Thank you very, very kindly. Number one fan. And then also we have You Are Amazing from Scott Hartman. Thank you, Scott, writing that one down. And that is really cool. Thank you very kindly for the wonderful support. Hartman, there we go. I got it written down now. All right, awesome. And that is great. Thank you very much, you guys. And let's see, where shall we start? Okay, I've been watching the chat, reading this stuff about Mount Rainier, and we'll have a look at that right away, okay? And I have not heard of anything. I did look at the map to see if there was any rumblings or anything, and I don't see anything that's fresh on there, so we'll get to that in a few minutes. First off, welcome to the wonderful moderators, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, and I don't know if C&D Boy was here yet, but 24/7 live AZ Skies. Gary is here. Welcome, Gary, and welcome back, Lucas Snow. Good to see you. So nice to have you guys on board, and thanks for popping in. And first person in today was Kevin Williams. So he gets the cookies. And Williams, where'd the S go? There it goes. All right, Kevin, there's your cookies. Coming up, poof, there we go. All right, so been lurking for a few days. Okay, no problem, Lucas. All good, all good. Okay, so yeah, it's interesting, the little bit of a chat there that everybody's going through about talking about Mount Rainier, but we'll have a look at that very, very shortly. And Michael was very right on about if Mount Rainier goes, that Tacoma, Washington could very well be in trouble. He's not joking when he said that, and we'll get into that a little bit as well. But I don't want to be a doomsday sayer or anything like this, but we can talk about what happened in the past, and that will be fairly interesting to let you know what the future possibilities are, okay? And hopefully nothing of the sort will happen in the near future. Anyway, let's get at saying hello to all our good people, since Kevin Williams was first and got his cookies already. We'll start out by saying hi to Connie Tyree, who just upgraded her membership to 2 months. Excellent, Connie, and welcome. Sue Hayes is here. Linda Schoof also made it in. Kevin Haynes, Grandma B, Tom Dice, Robert Frary, Arliss Scott, of course, and thank you again for that wonderful super chat, Arliss. Also going up, looking for other names here. We got Grandma. Lizoid is in the house, as well as Henry Nelson. Welcome, you guys. Richard Lapointe also back. And going up a little bit more, Storm Chaser 1211 is there. Welcome back. Lizoid we got going here. A lot of chatty people, which is really good though. And going up here, I see Judy L made it back in. Welcome, Judy. And sneaking up some more to see who possibly got in here as well. And of course we see all those people standing right in front of the camera. Why not, eh? It's a camera, gotta stand in front of it. Photo bombs of sorts. Did I say hi to Linda Schoof? Of course I did, and Grandma B. Going up here a little bit more and seeing who else. Michael Olson, of course, welcome. And going to see who else we've got on board here. Boy, I'm scrolling quickly and seeing very few other names. Phil, welcome. We're glad to have you here. Henry we got. Henry was after cookies. Yeah, it's okay. He's all right. I hear an echo, the bot. Welcome, Echo the bot. And going up a little bit more, looking for more wonderful names. Nancy Buchanan, also here, probably watching on her big TV or something. Welcome and glad to have you on board. Tetra is also in the house. Welcome, Tetra. And I am up as far as I can go, and I don't see any other names, so if somebody else was beyond that, you'll have to chat before I can say hi to you. Otherwise, I have no idea who was here. I was busy sneezing and coughing, but I'm here. Here for now. Okay, Linda, glad that you're still holding in there fairly well. Even with the sneezing and coughing, and it's one of those things. Anyway, let's see, who else popped in here? Debbie, welcome, glad to have you on board. And I think we're good there for right now. Okay, let's pause our wonderful lava flow here for a minute, and see if we can stop my canned lava. Stop it. How do I stop it? Okay, never mind. I'll just turn it off. We'll also turn off the banner. We don't need that right now. And let's pop over to our earthquake map for the Pacific Northwest area. And I'm just going to zoom out so you can kind of get the idea of what we're looking at. And there's the area of concern, which is the western United States in Oregon, as all the way up to British Columbia there, well into it. So anyway, Mount Rainier is what we were looking at, or talking about earlier here, or others were. And Mount Rainier is located right here. Okay. And the comment, of course, was if Mount Rainier erupts, that Tacoma will have a very, very hard time. And absolutely correct. And it depends on past flows that have come off of Rainier. And you may be following the mouse here. This one here is the most dangerous. And it could go right down here, and it'll flow right into the delta area right here. And yeah, it's not a good sign. I have a good friend who lives in Puyallup here, and she would be right in the path. So that's one of those things. But let's take a look a little bit closer here and see exactly what we've got. Last 2 weeks we had a few little tiny rumblings, and I'm just trying to see if these show up here on the chart as we move across them. No, they don't make any differences here, but not on the older ones anyway. What we're seeing here, though, these little guys, this is on top of Mount Rainier, and they are very small quakes. Nothing really serious or major, and this was refreshed. This is hang on, earliest showing on the 8th of the 24th of August. Let me refresh that just to make sure I have this up to date. And yeah, so my latest here, so I do have it up to date. And we'll zoom back in there to Mount Rainier, and there it is. So these are the older quakes that happened there. So there is no movement, or at least no quakes showing any kind of movement. And yes, these quakes are measured down to very, very small quakes. you know, if they're point 0.2, point 0.3, that kind of thing, it'll show up on there as a dot, and a little black dot probably, or wow, red one for now, for the if it's within 2 hours, and orange within 2 days, as you can see over here in the legend. This page is available if you guys want to go take a look at it. I do have that. There's the link for it, and Pacific North, whatever the thing stands for. Yeah, I don't even know what that Pacific Northwest Seismic Network is what it is. .org. Pacific and Northwest Seismic Network. So that is what that is. So I don't think there's anything to be overly concerned about right at this very moment for anyone who's interested in that. And the thing about when somebody says, hey, if Mount Rainier did go, it depends on the level of the eruption. There's a few things that can happen, and I've seen some of the flow charts in here before. If this thing erupts and it comes down the what they call the North Puyallup River area, that is a definite concern, because that can go in this way, and if it blocks up over here at all, it will go over on this side. If it comes on this side, that is really, really big trouble, because as it gets into the lake here, that is just going to create one heck of a massive lahar, and anything down stream from it is going to be toast. Okay, so there is a couple of high spots in between here, but you see most of these flow areas are very low, and this is from previous eruptions where it has flowed before, and that is important to keep in mind. Yeah, skiing on the volcano holidays, fun, and yeah, skiing on a volcano. Yeah, you're going to be doing a little bit more than skiing on that one. It's more like running for high ground really, really quickly. So that's something to keep in mind. There are a couple of videos out that I have watched on YouTube, and I wish I had it handy, but I don't. And it was specifically about what Mount Rainier had done in the past as far as the possibilities of these massive floods and lahars coming down there. And again, it depends on the volume of the eruption and the type of eruption. Of course, Mount Rainier with the snow up top would definitely create a very nasty lahar if we had hot magma hitting it and melting it very quickly. So there's multiple paths here that it could take, but the primary ones is the North Puyallup River. That is the big concern, because that was the original path for a long time. They also have the South Puyallup River here as well. Could go around there. The only thing that would do is delay it by a few minutes before it got to this junction point and carried on. So yeah, this would be a complete disaster if that happened, and a lot of people would be displaced very quickly. Another one is if it hit here in what they call Leaky Lake, I think is what the name was on that. Yeah, it is too. And that's another one that could have a possibility of that lahar pouring into it and causing even more problems in the lower area here. There's some higher ground in here, but you can see the flow area that it had gone before. So all that area, boy, it would just not be good. it really would not be a good sight if that happened. So anyway, Lahar is an Indonesian word describing a mud flow or debris. That originates on the slopes of a volcano. And basically what it needs is a bunch of water, and it needs some mud, some ash perhaps, some big rocks, a few cars, whatever they can throw in there, and it'll all wash down the hill. And in a forest, there's nothing you can do to stop it. The best thing you can do is get out of the way and get to higher ground. And trust me, it's not like a river, a dam break where you got some fast moving water. This stuff has no mercy. There's rocks in there that are the size of semi trucks that can be pushed down by a lahar, and you would just not have a good day. That's all. I know they are having been adding more sensors, etc., around Mount Rainier, and there's lots of systems put in place for everyone living in the area. They are well aware of the dangers, exactly, Arliss. And that is something that is quite unique there with that particular volcano. And I don't know, it's kind of not good that it's right there, but hey, that one would be definitely a bad one to have going up. The other one that would be bad would be a Mount Baker, wherever it is. It's hiding here somewhere. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. Mount Baker is another one that you would not want to have popping, although it would pose a less immediate danger. It is still not a happy camper if that goes. So, really think about that. But of course, here in the Seattle, Tacoma area, it is Mount Rainier. That is the one that stands out the highest, and the one that you really got to watch out for. Anyway, we'll leave that there. Let's pop over and go have a look at. I'm going to just zip over here. Nah, don't want to see that here. Let's go back to Iceland for a second, and we'll go through some of the stuff that's going on there, and then we will see if we can pop over to the other wonderful places. Okay, let's see. Let's back up in time first, since it's already fairly late. We can't see a darn thing there. It is 23:14 Iceland time, and that's why we can't see anything. So we're backing up to about 1916 is what I've got on that clock down in the bottom. And you can see that our wonderful Siggy Fisher is still sitting there. I don't know if it sagged anymore here. Maybe it's just because the light is hitting it from the sun that it looks like it had maybe another sag right in here, because I thought this was pretty solid before. So we may have a partial collapse happening in this front piece right here. Just thought that was interesting and notable for now. So that's all right. Camper with a bing bong. What? Huh? What the heck are you talking about? Okay. Stay off the top, and you don't want to have any big gongs or bongs up there. What'd you miss? Vincent, I don't know. Nothing much. Just a little brief chat about Mount Baker in Washington near Tacoma, but nothing to worry about, so all good. And yeah, we didn't need that in there, so all right. Anyway, kind of looking at this, it looks warm and comfortable there today, but no lava coming out, unfortunately. And if we pop over to the harmonic tremor chart, we are disappointed. you know, just when you think it's going to be good, and then we get dealt with, hey, you don't get any more data. And, you know, I'm watching this, and even Henry Nelson made a comment in the other stream. It looked good, and then all of a sudden somebody kicked the sensor. You owe me what? Antiseptic cream? Oh no. What happened? I didn't whisper yet. Come on, Piggy. I didn't whisper. I wouldn't have never mind. Be nice, Piggy. Or I'll whisper again from last night. Yeah, oh. Did she really dig in that hard, Piggy? Pop it, you're a mean cat. Oh. Anyway, we should be seeing data all the way to the line here, or pretty close to it, at least one tick off of it, and we're not seeing it. So somebody has kicked the sensor or something. Yes, Dr. Fox, I was leaking red stuff. Oh no. Did you trim her nails lately? Okay, that is something I've always wanted to ask you. Do you trim her nails? You probably have to have multi-layered gloves on to be able to do that, but okay. Wow, Irish Monk throws one in there too, and thank you kindly, Irish Monk, and thanks Piggy for throwing, or sorry, Grandma B for throwing those band-aids in for Piggy. Just going to write this down. Irish Monk. And thank you very kindly, Irish Monk. That is a wonderful super chat. And we're flying along here, so doing our thing. And anyway, looking at that, I'm kind of going, what's going on? Are we going up, or are we going down, or what are we going to see? So that is where it's at right now. Unfortunately, we don't have harmonic tremor chart, but for Freger del Fjeld, let's take a look and see what we have down at Grimsvatn, and no, hang on, no, not Grimsvatn, Grindavik. There we go, and that's what I want, Grindavik, not Grimsvatn. Anyway, there is Grindavik, and as I suspected, an upward trend and another upward trend, and I don't know trend. But yeah, that kind of makes you wonder what the heck is going on there right now, because this is what we see in Grindavik, and Grindavik, of course, is the next sensor over, but I'm seeing here an uptick in lava or magma movement, and not sure what's happening here yet. We'll see, but I don't know. We'll refresh that, see if that changed any. There we go. Yep, it's on the upswing, and might have been a trimmer in there as well. I don't know for sure if that little line coming up is a tremor. So let's scroll it back up to the Freger del Fjeld chart. We know it's not working, but I'm going to leave it there so I can find it easier. And there we go. And we'll pop over, have a quick look at our tremors and quakes and shaking and everything else that's happening in that area. So let's zoom out here first and see what we've got. So zoom out all the way. We see again a kind of a line forming through Iceland. If we zoom in a little bit, you can kind of follow that down. But we do see up in the top here, this is a 2.15 from 10 kilometers down from 4:29 a.m. up there, and as we come down 1.6 from 5:01, 10 clicks down, and then we get into this little swarm right here again, and there's some, it's interesting to see that 11 kilometers down for this 1.24 from 5:27. This is from 1:51 a.m., 1.14, 6.9 kilometers down, and this 6:22 a.m. for 0.8, 9.8 kilometers down, just as a sample there, and that is showing you what's going on there. Let's grab this 1.1 here from 1654, that's fairly recent, 4.6 kilometers down, and again only 1.1 in magnitude, so nothing major, just some indicators that we may have something moving. See a couple of little ones there as well. Here at Astja, this is kind of interesting. Let's have a look at these guys here, see how deep they are. 3.7 kilometers down for this 0.87 from 11:48 a.m. This 0.25, 4.8 kilometers down from 2:50 a.m. This 1.2 kilometers down from 21:47. So that is the most fresh one there. And we also have this guy a little bit further away here, 3.8 kilometers down for this magnitude 0.29, and it is from 3:15 a.m. Leaving that be, let's slide down a little bit. Don't see anything right at Grimsvatn. We do have this one kind of halfway in between Grimsvatn and Bardabunga, and this is a 0.47, 2.6 kilometers down from 3:59 or just about 4 a.m. Then we have this guy here. There's a couple of them actually. 1.53, 11.5 kilometers down, 11:52 a.m. for that guy, and 12:06 just after lunch for this 0.78, and it is 5 kilometers down. So that is not too far away from Grimsvatn, but still far enough that it's really not going to make any difference there. Down here we see in our same area as yesterday, where we had the other quake in our, what is it, Reykjanesdalja, Daljar, there we go, same area kind of thing. 41 minutes after midnight, 0.8, 2.5 kilometers down on that guy. This 1.1 is from 5:37 a.m., 1.01, there we go, 7.4 kilometers down on him. And let's take a look over here at Katla. This guy here is 1.37, and that is very close to the surface, 135 meters down, 8:54 a.m. on that guy, so something to watch out for. That is fairly close to the surface. We see some stragglers in between here, 0.5, 5.2 kilometers down from 2049, and we see some other stuff in the area. I'm not going to go through every one of them, it takes too long. I'm going to look at the bigger ones in our area that we kind of enjoy. So anyway, we do see a little bit of a swarm down here, and this is where Grindavik is, and that's where this little swarm is happening. And then, of course, we also have our little area here in between Kalir and Ragnar, well, Kalir and our Siggy Fisher, if you want to go call it that, but it is closer to Kalir. Going to take a look at this 0.9. I didn't see that one earlier. So 6.9 kilometers down, 22:23 is the time on it, but just about 7 clicks down. And anyway, biggest one here, this is the one that was of interest, 2.9, and it was 3.9 kilometers down, 5:41 a.m. And I thought, okay, that's going to rattle something loose. And then we had a few other small ones, 2.8 clicks down for this 0.44 from 11:44. And speaking of 44s, 5:44 a.m., this 0.43 I was waiting for it to say 4.4. It's 3.2 kilometers down. And then we've got this one a little bit fresher. Whoops, a new one came in. We'll have a look at that one right away. It's a 1.2. Anyway, this one is a 0.7, 4.6 kilometers down from 1754. And that is a little deep for what we need. This is a little more shallow, 3 kilometers down, 0.02 though, very small. And 11:32 was the time on that. And then as we get closer to our area, we have only a few other ones here. This is a 0.06, 4.2 kilometers down, 9:34, and that's where the gold's coming from. I have no idea if it's from there. Anyway, here's the other one, 0.26, 5.4 kilometers down from 14 minutes after midnight, and then we have this one here is 8:01 a.m. and 0.47 kilometers down. It was 4 point, oh yeah, boy, I messed that up. 4.8 clicks down, 0.47. There we got. Okay, these ones are more shallow though over here, and that's a little odd. 0.04 in magnitude, very small, 1.7 kilometers down, 11:25 a.m. And then he had a little tiny buddy there, 2.5 kilometers down for this 0.17 from 11:16 a.m. And that kind of shows you, you know, we do have something going on, but I don't know what the heck is going on. I really don't know if we want to say our little volcano is going to pop again. Maybe it'll pop open down here. I have no idea. But take a look at this little swarm, and these are all probably around, most of them around that same time zone that we are probably going to see here right around noon. 0.7, 5.8 kilometers down. I'm just going to pick random ones. 0.6, 5.4 clicks down, 12:13 for that guy, 12:01 for this guy, 0.7, 5.6 kilometers down. Smaller one, 0.31 and 4.8 kilometers down, 14:02 on that guy. This guy is 13:44, 0.2, 5.8 kilometers down, and we don't need to go after all of them, but that is kind of the consensus what we're seeing there. And possibly, Henry, that is possibly, it's filling the, see, that's the thing, that magma chamber, of course, it has to refill. If, we know there was about 12 million cubic meters left in it. Thank you, Piggy, for that 2-minute warning. But that 12 million cubic meters is, you know, it's still down there. But obviously something was flowing in there and helping it. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be hard to say. Really, it's going to be hard to say what's going on. But it's the magma chamber that's filling up. When we talk about lava dikes, that is an old flow that has stopped, and then we basically have a cutaway and a side view of it, like down at a shoreline or over the edge of a cliff, that kind of thing, and you can see where it held it back, like kind of the cone of a volcano in a way is exactly that. Anyway, on that friendly note, though, it is time to take a break for me, and I am going to do that. So let's zoom that back out. We kind of went through what's going on there in Iceland, and I will pop over back to what it looked like. That was at 1932 this afternoon in Iceland, but I'm going to give you canned lava, and that is from, oh, let's get it going again here. Play. There we go, and all these people standing in front. Let's just move that ahead a bit. There we go. We don't have to look at them. Okay, so There you've got some canned lava for while I'm on break. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please help us out. And let's get those likes up there. And also, if you're sitting on the sidelines and you're not sure you want to chat, we have a very good group of people here. So by all means, pop in and feel free to do that. You do have to be subscribed for at least 1 minute. And I do see Paul Williams just popped in, and Trev, welcome. Gren Zed also made it in, and let's see, who else? Sarah Miles, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And it is time for me to go take that break. I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. Keep smiling and don't go away. Thank you. There we go. Microphone is back on. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. What is on the screen, though, is from August 15th, but let's not worry about that so much. I'm actually going to turn that off. And that's what it looked like in Iceland at 1937 or 39. But that's not what I want to do. I want to pop over here and kind of take a look at something else. And I thought it was going to go great guns, but it's not. But you'll see. There you go. Sakurajima is throwing out some pretty darkish clouds there, and I was kind of going, are we going to get another eruption happening? That would be pretty amazing if we could, and that is definitely worthy of having a look. There's your longer range shot, just so you can kind of see the difference in the white puffy clouds and the dark gray matter that just has come out. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on, and that is pretty cool. And while we're here, a quick peek. I know the ice cream boat had left. Yep, it is. There it is. It's going bye-bye. I will come back to this in a little while, but I just figured I'd share this with you just to let you know, hey, we do keep an eye on things here. And if we can see it erupting, we will try to bring it to you and as it's happening. So pretty awesome. Anyway, it's doing its thing quietly. Let's pop over to Italy real quick, or Sicily, and have a look at Mount Etna and go from there. Had sprinkles yesterday. I didn't have any sprinkles on my donut yesterday. I just had hang on. We were not talking donuts. Sorry, Sasha. And welcome, Sasha. Glad to have you on board. And what? Hugs, Twinkies, and Twinkles. Twinkles? Holy mackerel. Anyway, let's get going here. Donut ice cream. Oh, don't get me going, Sarah. I'm gonna be drooling here. Anyway, Sicily, and let's see what we've got. And that's kind of what it looks like right now. A little out of focus, but let's back up a few hours and see what we've got. More darkness. How about that? That's kind of what we seen earlier in the evening. Now, these clouds are kind of weirdish the way they are sitting there, and I find it amazing that they come in as low as they do, but it is what it is. Anyway, I did have a kind of a little video there that I did as far as a time-lapse. So we'll let that play now, and you can have a look at that and watch the weird clouds as they dissipate and move. And I don't know, it's kind of awesome to see how those things move. But anyway, well, while we're doing that, also take a look at the volcano, and of course you see what the volcano is doing as far as the off-gassing and so on. And it is kind of what it is. It's doing all right. Let's see. Can I get my mouse working on there? No, it won't allow my mouse on there for some reason. That's okay. But anyway, we can see where it is coming from up top there, and that cloud, all that cloud that we did have, kind of dissipated and it turned into haze, and that is kind of what it was. And actually pretty neat looking, so thought that was all right. Anyway, there you can see the changes as the sun is finally setting completely. Lights are coming on, and a very a minimal amount of material coming out of Mount Etna. And it looks like a lot of that is coming from the top vent and not so much from the back vent. And that's about it. So that is Mount Etna going bye-bye in the darkness. And away it goes. So, yeah, that's it for Etna there. And not much we can do about it. And hopefully it will erupt once again for us in the future and give us a decent show. So we'll turn that video off, and that is what it is like there at present. And not too bad, and pretty comfortable weather from what I looked at earlier as well. So not bad there if you're going. And yes, Sarah, it does kind of remind me of a train. Just puffing away as it's going down the tracks. And awesome. Okay, so let's go around. We'll take a look at some of the other volcanoes out and about. We'll head back out onto the mid-Atlantic ridge and look at the Azores. Of course, the island we're on is the island of São Jorge. For those people who are here, São Jorge is in the Azores. I know it's difficult to see what you've got there, but this is what it looks like during the day, just so you have a pretty good idea. The strait in between the two islands is about 18 kilometers. Those lights that you see in the background there, that is Pico Island, and then of course just a little tip of Fayal Island visible there as well. Anyway, that harbor really lights it up, and it makes it hard to see anything. Popping into this one, of course, this is a little cove that we normally take a look at, and what we're looking for is how much white water we see down here on the shore, and there is quite a bit tonight. So seas are rough if you're going out in the Azores. Stay put in the harbor. It'll probably be better. And that might be just what you got to look for. Let's have a look, though, at earthquakes, if there are any, and we do see a few. So let me get that screen a little bit bigger. There we go. And looking at what we've got from today, this is a 1.6, 3:26 a.m. on that guy. Next one, 2.2, a little bit bigger, and that is 9 a.m. That is, these are all on São Jorge. So 1.9, 12:12 was the time on that guy. Then I had another 1.5 at 16:01, and then another 1.5 there at 23:01. So that is what we had right there on São Jorge. Unfortunately, this map only shows you what's on São Jorge. It does not give you anything else. So let's pop to the other one, and a quick peek at this one. Let's zoom in. Actually, I think I need to refresh this one because I haven't done that yet today. And we'll make that bigger, and one more shot. There we go. Kind of gives you a pretty good idea of what the area is like. So of course São Jorge right there, and then there's Fayal. If I zoom in here, you can see Fayal Island and Pico Island, and then this is the other one where the other volcano is. What is it? Terceira? Something like that over here on this one. So anyway, as we zoom in here, we'll take a look at the other ones in the water later, but they are only showing the 5 here, and this is 15 hours ago, 2.6. Now remember what I kept on mentioning here, the uplift was primarily on this side. So this would be, again, portion of the uplift, and that kind of makes me a little bit worried. I don't know if I want to use that term, but is something going to happen now? That is good size. 2.2 here 12 hours ago, and this one 1.6, of course, from 20 hours ago, and 45 minutes ago the 1.5, and then 8 hours ago the 1.9. This is where most of our quakes actually have been happening, even though the uplift is primarily on that side, and that would be right in line with the edge right there, and that is a 2.6, of course. So that is on Sao George on the island, but we do have that other quake that was down here in the water 23 hours ago, 3.1, and kind of makes you wonder what's going on. Zooming out a little bit just so you kind of get the lay of the land where that actually is. There's Iceland, there's your mid-Atlantic ridge as it goes down, and you can see Portugal and Spain right there, and Ireland, England, Iceland, and of course North America. So it gives you a pretty good idea where that mid-Atlantic ridge actually runs. So that's the Eurasian plate, that's the North American plate, and this is the African plate. And this is the meeting point and no man's land right in here as far as what we can see. And so all kinds of weird things happen in that zone. And let's slide down a little bit and we'll see the sizes or the depths of these. And we also see this commercial stuff on the side here, cute little puppies. Oh, what do you know? Anyway, I'm looking at the depths, some of them 9 kilometers down for that 1.9, 8 kilometers down for the 2.2, the 2.6 was 7 kilometers down. So again, these larger ones here, a little further down. And again, this one down here, that 3.1 from 23 hours ago, 25 kilometers down. So the bigger they are, the deeper they are. I don't know. That's a little odd, but that's kind of what we're seeing here. And the other ones are not bad. So again, I don't think that'll work. No, it didn't go back. And where is it? There it is. And there we go. Got it. We can see they got all the way down to 25 kilometers this time. But the other ones in those places gives you a little bit of an idea of what's going on. So really, there's nothing underneath here preempting some magma movement or rise, you know, unless we start seeing more of this, where we're getting boom, boom, boom in a straight line going up over a few days. This really is too sparse and too far apart to really try to estimate something like that. And these are too big of quakes for us to be saying, hey, there's lava coming up or magma. You'd have a bunch of really small ones down here making noise, and you'd have the big ones up top. So that's kind of what we see there. Anyway, that's kind of it for Sao George and the Azores. Let's pop over to Popocatépetl. Oh, Popocatépetl in the clouds again. Popocatépetl apparently likes clouds, and it's been in there all day. And these clouds, of course, because of that tropical storm that is off the coast, K is the name of it, I do believe, and it is causing all kinds of foggy, cloudy situations, and views from there are minimal. So that's kind of what we're seeing. Just, it's horrible. We know there's a lot of snow there. I'm just trying to see if we can find a clear spot somewhere to be able to see it. And this is actually about the clearest I've seen it all day. And I seen that, oh, hang on, I lied. There was clearness, and we'll go right there. I did not see this. This must have been when I was having my nap. Anyway, we do see fresh snow on there. That was 1736 their time, and that is very fresh snow. If we go ahead a little bit, we see that it is pluming out a little bit. Oh, pretty. I like it. And snow starting to melt a little bit, but that snow is looking a little thicker than it was yesterday. So we definitely have some more stuff happening, and the clouds billowing out are that of an eruption of sorts. If we go ahead a little bit, of course, we get right back into the clouds, and poof, no more visibility. We're back to a normal. Oh boy, I hate when normal is bad. Anyway, of course, I'm not going to bother with the other cameras. It's going to be too difficult for looking at Popocatépetl. There's one of the other ones. Again, it's in the mists, and very, very difficult to see. Oh, hey, this is a nice shot, and I'm very happy it decided to peek out again. It too was in the darkness, or the grayness of the abyss of cloudiness. And of course, this is a Fuego, and Fuego is in Guatemala. So kind of a nice little sunset shot, and worthy of having a little bit of a look at it and seeing what it is doing. So I like that. Yeah, the only thing we need now is for it to be throwing out lava. A nice big plume just coming out of there. Then that picture would be absolutely gorgeous and worth a 1,000 words, if you will. So, excellent. But hey, while we're here talking about this Fuego thing, let's have a little boo at a short little time lapse I created of Fuego from during the night, and we'll have a look at that. And that was into the wee hours until it got cloudy, and we'll see. So let me get this guy going, and of course it's a 3-minute video, so you'll see a few of these things. And of course this is a time lapse, so everything you see is moving a lot faster than it really happened. And it wasn't the greatest thing, but it shows a few sparks, glitter bombs. Yep, the candle is burning, and it's like somebody's trying to ignite it. And it looks like the spaceships that we're shooting at it are, instead of being over in that normal place, they've moved over to a different location. Anyway, kind of looks like a welder almost to me. But the sun was rising. There was a few of these bigger puffs, and you can see that obviously looks pretty darn good. And that material flowing down, that's a very noticeable. A lot of that just rolling off the hill there. Definitely building up the top of that cone. And there the camera switched into color mode from dark or black and white. And then everything else looks like puffs and things like that. So no more glitter, unfortunately, but that is kind of what it looked like. It went through its golden morning stages, and did continue to cough a little bit for us. So pretty decent, pretty cool. And let's see if where am I at in that video? Okay, just to wanted to make sure I keep going. These clouds that are rolling in are a little bit spooky too, and I thought that was kind of neat looking. When I seen that, I thought, yeah, you guys might like that. Kind of rolling over the top of the mountain, as well as just rolling along as things are puffing. So pretty cool stuff, and I like it. And let's see, we got another minute of this one to go here, so made a little bit longer video this time. And it's sometimes it's hard with these time lapses to get them to work properly, and this one wasn't too bad. The cloud in the foreground sure looks weird. When you're watching clouds move that quickly, it's kind of makes you go, what the heck is it doing, right? But that is pretty awesome looking, and a lot of puffing coming out of Fuego, and that is for sure. So very, very awesome looking, and I hope that you guys like these little time lapses. They are pretty cool. I like it. Anyway, you see the clouds starting to thicken up there, and that just about ends that video. And after that, it was pretty much gone. So that's where it is, and it is back showing its lovely face right now. And while that's there, we also have this guy, and I'm surprised that we're still seeing something, but you can actually see that plume coming out of here, which is really nice. And this, of course, is Cerro Negro in Nicaragua, and that is a pretty awesome shot as well. And now we go over here and we take a look very quickly at a Messiah volcano, and that one is also in Nicaragua. So definitely viewable there as far as the way that plume is coming off of it, and that is what we've got. Now I did actually have one other picture. I don't know where I put it though. I don't know where it went. That picture was though of our first one here. Hang on. Nah, I think it's probably lost. I'm going to leave it and not worry about it, but it was of Cerro Negro this morning, and we tried to get it had a really nice straight plume coming up, and I thought, hey, it's worthy of having a look at it. So anyway, where did the clouds go? What I get off to? I have no idea. Evaporation. Yeah. It is water vapor after all, very small molecules, and they can dissipate and disappear. It is very close to break time. I'm going to put us back over to our Iceland channel, and we'll put some more canned lava on for you while I go and have my break. And I do want to quickly take a look and refresh my harmonic tremor chart and see if that is still broken or if the data has resumed. And on that friendly note, though, I'm going to say I need to go take a break. That darn poppet is coming, and apparently a poppet draws blood, so I have to be careful. Anyway, you guys, keep smiling, be nice, and be kind, and I will be back in about 5 minutes or so with our wonderful bacon seeds, and that'll be all good. All right, you guys. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and this, of course, is a VolcanoX live stream. We'll be back. Don't go away. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. Glad to have you all on board, and it is really a quiet day out here. And thank you, Grandma B and Kevin Haynes, and probably a bunch more, Sasha and Sue. Thank you, and appreciate that. And let's carry on here. I see that we only have 38 people in here right now. That's actually getting quite low. And I can understand that. Everybody wants to see the latest and greatest and stuff happening as far as, the good stuff, the eruptions. And we're just not seeing those. And that is unfortunate that's not happening right now. But anyway, yeah, storms. There's lots of storms. That too. That's not helping you either. But anyway, let's get over to our wonderful bacon seeds, you guys. And that is what we kind of want to be doing right now. So I'm going to stop our lava flow, and we will get back to that one in a few minutes, perhaps. There we go, and we're back to normal time, and I think, yeah, it says 6 minutes after. That is normal time. It is live. That is what we see in Iceland, or what we don't see in Iceland. Anyway, bacon seeds. Let's. Oh, you weren't supposed to see him first. Hide that bacon seed. Hide him. Click. Come on. Hide. Hide. This is not supposed to be seen yet. Why is that not working? There we go. The computer was taking time anyway. Yeah, total darkness. Pretty much. We need fire in there to make it happen. And this pig says, "Yeah, fire." Okay. Anyway, that was the last one from yesterday. So we'll carry on with our bacon seeds from today. And of course, this is one of them. And he looks like he's got a really crinkly nose and doing his thing. So pig wants a strudel. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Hey, remember this guy from the other day? He's eaten the other bars. He's still working on these ones now, right there. He'll be out in no time, and then he'll get himself, yep, truffles. That's what every piggy likes, truffles. And that'll be a nice treat for him. But yeah, this one, there used to be about 4 more bars there, and he wants a strudel too. Yeah, possibly. And he's getting there. He's getting ready to get out. Here's our next picture, and of course that is a mama feeding a bunch of little ones, and the one that climbed up on top of mama, he's saying, "Thank you, mama." And that is what we've got right there. So that is pretty awesome. Okay, next little one is this one. Oh, it's actually a bunch of little ones in the pen with mama, and doing their thing. They look like they're happy and lazy, and just kind of sitting back enjoying things. And mama really doesn't know what to do there. She wants a bigger pen. She really needs one. And let's get to our next ones. And this guy, of course, when it's too hot outside, you gotta go rest somewhere in a swimming pool, and that is important. Cool off with some fresh water, especially if you're not dieting. This one doesn't look like he needs to. He's not starving, that's for sure. That's yeah, pool time. It is. Next guy, though, let's see what we've got here. And of course, on this one, I love the smile on this little piggy's face, standing beside a teddy bear. And that is just absolutely wonderful. And I don't know which one has the nicer smile, but they are both very, very cute. Brian Rock Railfan, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board today. And let's see if we can get on to our next one here. And of course, that is this little teacup pig. And what do they call this? Mini pocket pigs. And that is a really, really tiny little one. And you got all of it. Super, super small. That is awesome. And then we have this one here. This is a teacup pig for sure. And that is absolutely gorgeous. A little smirk on his face too, you know, when you're looking at it and you see that smile. You know, that care for a spotted tea. I think so. Let's have some tea. I just don't know about Earl Grey at this point. Anyway, those were the wonderful bacon seeds from Piggy, and we thank her very, very much. And the other one that I had kind of accidentally shown first there was a late load up because it was sent in by someone else. And this one was from Dinkel Storm Chaser, Dutch Weather, Barbara. And that was this little guy. And obviously this guy has got a smirk on his face too, but he's got a nice warm jacket on, and he looks like he's enjoying himself out there in the cold climate. So yeah, and I don't know when this photo was taken, but obviously not in the summertime. So pretty cool. And I happen to see my squirrel doing its thing right now. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Squirrel mode, you know? Oh, too much fun. I gotta switch the camera view on the other ones, so if anybody's watching there, they'll see the squirrel a little bit better if he's gonna come and get a cookie right away. So that's kind of why I gotta do that. But it's easier to see the squirrel then. And from the water bowl up to the cookies, I've seen them do it in under 20 seconds. So a pretty fast squirrel, if you ask me. And oh, he's there. He got his cookie. And off he goes. He's munching on it. And that was actually under 20 seconds. I should have timed it. He's getting there, breaking that record. I just hope he doesn't drop his cookie off the edge again. He sits right on the edge of the balcony, eats his cookie or a portion of it. And a couple days ago, he actually dropped one. So he dropped it down there, and he looked over the edge, and then he went back and got the other cookie, the other half of it. I take one cookie and I break it in half. So it's too big for him. I know they can carry big things, but I want to make it easy for him, and that makes it a little bit more manageable. Anyway, a beautiful looking bacon seed, and like I say, this one was also sent in by Barbara, and the other ones were from Piggy, and they are all awesome, all of them, and really I do appreciate that. Let's get on to other volcanoes here. Actually, I should leave that on, and there we go, and flip over to the other volcanoes that we want to look at. We had a look at the Azores, we had a look at Mexico, we had a quick, brief look over at Sakurajima, but we may go back and have another look at that right away. Irish Monk threw in, gifted 5 Dr. Fox memberships, and Echo the Bot just got nailed with one, and Guinness got nailed with one, and Derek Shave was got nailed with one, Juicer Not got nailed with one, Henry got nailed, Hank got nailed. So there you go, guys. That's how that works. Boom, 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 boom. And we see a whole bunch right off the bat that got free memberships. And Irish Monk, thank you kindly for that. Irish Monk, and gifted 5 memberships. Excellent. Thanks, Irish Monk. You are an awesome individual. And I hope everything is well with you. Anyway, looking at Merapi, and Merapi is not doing so much right now, and we see what it is there, and of course in the daylight now. So what is it? 7:15 a.m. We do see it today, which is a bonus, but I didn't see too much. Even in the golden times when it was kind of kicking off there, very little material coming out the top, and that is what we seen there. But I did go back and try to see if there was any lava, and this is what I was met up with, grayness and clouds and things, and went all the way back, and it was still bad. So unfortunately we're not going to see a heck of a lot from that one, so I'm going to put that back onto a live. That is what it is looking like right now, and that is Merapi, and Merapi is on the island of Java in central Java, in Indonesia, of course. And popping over to the other one, let's see, we will go look at this one, and oh, they were just zooming around. This is Ruapehu, and Ruapehu, of course, is in New Zealand, and that is kind of what we see right now. They were messing around with the cameras. Let's go back a few seconds and see if that helps. I don't know if their automated system there was trying to track on things. Yeah, they were zoomed in, but you know, it really, you don't see too much right there. If we back up though a little bit, oh, that's a little too far back. I wanted to go about here. Hang on. They were looking at things. Okay, so right about here. So about 3 hours ago, this is what it was looking like there. And they did zoom in with the camera. So we'll let them go through their little cycle here. And there's a much, much better look at it. And hopefully it will be good. Sue Hayes, as a monk, I gather souls. You gather souls, eh? Is that, oh, okay, I was just looking at the spelling, just to make sure. Oh, anyway, a lot of snow sitting up on top of that thing now again. And I think this last little bat of cold air and stuff has replenished some of their snow levels. And of course, when we see that, they show some of the areas there where they may possibly have some skiers up there yet. But I'm just not inclined to be wanting to ski up on a volcano. It's, in my opinion, a little bit of a crazy thing to be doing. But hey, people do it, so why not? Lots of snow up there, and if you get some good groomed slopes, you can do awesome and be shushing down the hills. Really cool. So pretty excellent that way. And yeah, the camera, there it goes, focused, and there's some of the ski lift poles and stuff you can see. I don't see any people coming down the hill, but you never know. There might be a few there. Oh, hang on, maybe right in this area you can see some shushing going on. Oh, there too. Darn it, they got fuzzy on us. But yeah, they're right there. You can see them. And there's another one coming. These are not avalanches, these are skiers, you guys. So they're going down that hill, and that is what we've got happening. You can definitely see they are kicking up some snow as they're coming down, and Anyway, they're moving that camera way too fast, so that is what it is. Yep, quick like a bunny, that is for sure. So you got it. Anyway, let's leave that be. We know that Ruapehu is cold, is full of snow, and it's doing its thing. So that's kind of what we've got going on right now. I'm going to put it back to live so you get a more realistic view of what it is right at this moment. And 12:21 is the time there, so just after lunch. And they've got some heavy cloud that has moved in, and I guess the automatic zoom in stuff here is still triggered, but doing its thing. Okay, let's leave that be, and we will go back to Merapi here for a second, and actually let's pop over to Semeru and see what it is doing. And hopefully they've got their site fixed, and they changed the view. Oh, great. Anyway, that is Semeru, somewhere back there in those clouds. This, of course, is one of the passes where they have all that water coming down, and this is where they're crossing the thing here to get going. I don't know what it looks like they dammed things up and possibly are building another roadway over here to help alleviate the problems that they're having right now. So anyway, interesting to see that. But let's pop over to the other view here. Indonesian volcano monitoring, of course, shows some of the other ones. This is Ibu, and this is actually the first time where we actually get to see Ibu. And Ibu, of course, is throwing some gas out. And if we go back a little bit, we can go back about an hour, a lot less, just tiny little plumes coming out. And you don't see too much from one angle. The other one does show it. And then if we go back, let's see, about 3 hours, right about here. And you can see definitely a puff coming out of there. And that was at 6:16 a.m. And again, this is Ibu, and we don't have one of Decono. I was looking for that, hoping that they would, but they didn't. And let's see if we go back about 7 hours ago. Yeah, moonlit night. You can see the volcano there, but this one is all clouded out, so that's kind of what we got. But this is Ibu, and that is one that is throwing off a lot of SO2, along with his buddy Decono. That is right close there. And let's see, if we go back even further though, they did have a multi-shot setup, and I know this is a little bit harder to see if you're using a small phone device. It's very difficult to see, but this is Krakatau, and Krakatoa, if you will, and that is the close-up shot. This is the distant shot. You can see the plume coming out, and you see it right there. Some lightning in there as well, which is pretty awesome and kind of neat to see. But that is not volcanic lightning. That is thunderstorms in the background. So that is pretty cool. And just looking at the chart here, of course, it looks like the activity had peaked up there for a while, stopped, and then quick shot up, and it looks like it's building up again. So we may see some further eruptive action from Krakatau and go from there. And there's some more lightning, pretty heavy duty at that time. Lights everything up, messes with the camera. Anyway, that is kind of what we're seeing there. And let's carry on here. We'll get back to Japan, and we'll have another quick peek at that. Clicking the wrong buttons. Let's try that one. Okay, so we see that most of that dark gray material that we seen earlier there has done and floated away. No ice cream boat right now, darn it. Close up is out of focus, and if we go back just a little bit, it should still be in focus. No, sorry. What about there? There, that is kind of still in focus, and that's actually how far ago? 40 minutes ago is what it looked like there. Pretty awesome, and look at the size of those dragonflies. Holy mackerel. They're coming out of that volcano. I'm kidding. I have no idea where the dragonflies are coming from, but what? The squirrel jumped into the plant pot and started to bury the cookie, but ran off before he finished digging the hole. Really? Are you serious? Is that what he's doing? Hiding the cookies in the plant pot? I'll have to take a look at that when Trev. That would not surprise me, but he's saving it for later. He'll be back. Wow. Just looking at the size of those dragonflies, I think about 4 of them could carry you off really easily, and that would be pretty nasty. How do skiers even get get there to ski? Okay. This is not Ruapehu anymore. Just so you know, this is in Japan now, Connie. But when you were talking about Ruapehu, they drive up there. There's roadways up to the hill, up to the skiing area, and then they go on up the lifts and get all the way up to the top. That's pretty cool. So that's what we got. Anyway, let's look at the other one here. Distant shot. You can see that plume was up fairly high, but really not heavy duty erupting right now. So we do see gray stuff coming out, but it's not as bad as it was earlier. And we'll definitely be back here and have another look at this in a while. Moving on, though, we do see our wonderful ASO, and ASO is steaming off all that moisture that it has inside its caldera here, and of course that is because of all that rain it's had recently. The floor definitely is warm, and kind of a little lake in there, off-gassing or steaming away. So that is what we've got happening there, and we carry on and have another look at isn't it much nicer though? We can actually see it. That storm is gone and past, and everything is visible today. So and here is actually one of our better shots that we've had, even though it's still a pretty poor shot. But this is Suwanoshi-jima, also in Japan. It's on one of the southern islands, but you can definitely make out the plume and the caldera right there, and it is definitely throwing out some gas material, and that's what we've got. So looks pretty awesome, and pop it. No, we don't want pop it yet. Just about, though. Just about. Anyway, it is coming up to break time, you guys. So all those good people who are here, please, if you have not yet hit that like button, please help us out and do that. That would be pretty cool and awesome of you. And I'm going to throw some canned lava back on here for in the meantime. This, of course, is from August 15th. And that is on the screen now, just so you know. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and I will be back. Keep smiling and be good, everyone. Thank you. I be back, laddies. Talking about that Irish monk being a skipper. Irish monk, you know better. You just need to put a goat in the wheelhouse. You'll get away with it. You can call the goat the skipper. Arr. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000. I was just watching the chat and I thought it was hilarious. We got to get an eye patch for Irish Monk there. And of course, he can take one of his goats along as the skipper. That way, Irish law will be satisfied with what they need. So that is pretty awesome. Anyway, glad to see stuff happening. And I did go have a quick peek to check to see where that darn squirrel put that cookie. And Trev, you're right. He did put it in in there, saving it for later, I guess. Didn't want to carry it off this time. So either that or that cookie's not that good. I'm going to have to find better things for the wonderful squirrel. Anyway, we'll see. Thank you for the welcome back from Mona Alfano and Piggy, of course, saying Mr. Foxy Daddy type person runs and hides. Darn it, need a new hay bale being neglected again. Oh, geez, we'll have to work on that, Piggy. We'll see what we can come up with. But thank you, everyone, for the welcome backs from Sue and who else? We got Kevin, we got Piggy, we got Mona, and that's good for now. Okay, and of course, Kathy is here, so welcome. Aloha, Kathy. Winter storage for squirrels. Aha! That may be exactly what that squirrel is doing. Maybe I'll have to put some kind of a winter storage box there for him, and he can figure out how to put the cookies in a slot or something and store them up. So it's not hay time for another 6 weeks. Well, I don't know. I don't know when squirrels head for the hay, but it's going to be interesting to see. Get him nuts. Piggy, actually, I was looking for proper nuts, different types, and I'm kind of disappointed in some of them. The nuts are just absolutely overpriced. And I mean overpriced when you have Safeway selling just peanuts for 200 grams of peanuts for $3.99. That is just absolutely nuts. No pun intended there. And do you have nut trees? No, Sasha. No such thing. Sunflower seeds, that might be a good option, Grandma B. And I will definitely think about that one. I actually didn't think about sunflower seeds, but we'll maybe see if he'll try that. Everything is overpriced nowadays. Yep. Yeah, no kidding. But go to a health shop. Yeah, get the real things for 3 times the price. Absolutely. We'll try that. Hey, Don Arnold, welcome. Glad to have you on board as well. Anyway, let's carry on with what we were looking at. I can't even remember where the heck we were. Hey, oh, we were in Japan. We were looking at Suwanoshijima. No, we were, yeah, that was the last one. And we did have a peek at Sakurajima. Let's just have another quick peek there. And that is what it is doing now, sending out a very nice straight plume, basically, and it's being blown over a little bit, so I'm pretty corn. Yeah, that's a good idea, Piggy. I'll have to maybe consider that. Thanks. Anyway, lots of plumage coming out there, so it does look pretty good. I did want to take a look. Ice cream boat just leaving, and darn it, we missed it by just a few minutes. I'm sure the other one will be along here before the end of the show, and we'll be able to run down and get some ice cream. But yeah, there they go. They're just booking it out of there right now. So that's all cool. And I see another bunny is coming to eat. So that makes me happy. Yesterday we only had the one. Today we've already had 2 bunnies, and we've got a return again. So really good to see the bunnies coming to get some grub. It's going to get rainy here tomorrow, apparently, according to the weather guessers. So we'll see what we need to do. Okay, and let's carry on here. I wanted to go to Taal, but they turned their stream off. I have to go back and reset it. And nope, Taal is done. So we can't look at Taal right now. And that is kind of unfortunate. So we will carry on. We'll go to our next one that we like to look at. Another one, pumpkin seeds. Piggy, pumpkin seeds are very expensive here. It's crazy how much they charge. Walnuts. Yeah, walnuts. How do those things get, how did the little squirrel crack a walnut? I mean, those things, they got to drop them out of the tree to crack those things. That is absolutely horrible to try to open a walnut for the little squirrel. Anyway, let me see if I can get on that screen here and make that move. There it is. They are looking at a vent. We are here. This is our National Park Service in the United States of America, and that is in Yellowstone National Park. They're looking at one of the geysers. I have no idea which one they're actually pointed at right now, and that is kind of a shame, but it is what it is. And we'll probably see some Sasquatch in the background here looking to take people away and things like that. But that is sitting there, and it is smoking a little bit or steaming, and that's kind of what they do. Tom says they have a nutcracker in their nest, Dr. Fox. Okay. I suppose it's one of those German ones that you have the big crank arm on that looks like a soldier. Is that the one, Tom? Just wondering. Do you have a bulk barn in your area? No, we don't. You can get a small scoop cheaper than buying a big bag from a grocery store. I'll have to take a look at that, Sue, see if there are some around that do have something available. That'll be an adventure. Only the best, Dr. Fox. Okay, thanks, Tom. I had to figure that one out. The typical diet for a squirrel would include just about anything they have access to. However, primarily involves unshelled nuts, vegetables, grains, seeds, fruits, and fungi found in nature. Fungi. Fungi. We like fungi. Fungis are good. But oatmeal for goats, small birds love it. Oh, oatmeal. Okay. Big birds love it too. Magpies will eat everything you put out for them, and then some. Let's carry on and have a quick peek at Hawaii, since we are already way behind a time schedule here. I'm yakking too much about other things. And anyway, there is a neat shot from our wonderful timeline yesterday. 1841 was the time on that, and I hear the magpies. There's got to be at least 5 or 6 of them talking. Anyway, a beautiful blue shot. It's amazing that at certain times the camera will filter everything and make it look certain colors, and really like that. So anyway, we see some of the hot spots there. You can see them actually kind of sprinkling up a little bit. Those are actually gas bubbles popping and lifting and popping out of there, because these are spots where the lava is draining out of the pond. And this end over here is where it's coming in. You can kind of see the striations right there of the material, and it flows in, and then as it keeps pushing, it bends and breaks, and you see some fancy neon looking cracks in there, and that is pretty cool. So that is what it looked like yesterday. Let's have a look at it right now, and there it is. One of the things I did notice, it really kind of squared itself off here a whole bunch more in the back end. Pretty awesome to see that. Again, you see a drain area right there. This is likely, I am on a roll. Irish Monk, thank you for the €2 super chat, and glad you're on a roll, and hope you're not rolling though. Just on a roll. Thank you kindly for that wonderful support. Anyway, there you see the lighter spots there. That's your drainage points, and we're not seeing that over here in the toe area though. If this is draining into the toe, where's the stuff from the toe going? And of course, a lot of the bubbles have been bumped out of there. Holy mackerel, Irish Monk throws in another 5 membership shot here, and Gabby just got nailed. Gabby is now a member as well, and I'm sure there is more. Irish Monk, okay, gifted 5 memberships. There we go again. So wow, that is awesome, Irish Monk. Thank you very kindly for that. Anyway, looking at what we've got there, we still see the big cracks and stuff in this area, and as well as up here, you see some of them. So that whole area here is susceptible to break out a little bit more. Grandma B also throws in a gifted membership. Thank you, Grandma B. Grandma B gifted 1 membership. There we go, and thank you. That is awesome. Appreciate that, Grandma B. Very kind. Anyway, let's carry on. Again, from yesterday, pretty nice shot there. You can see the lava pond and the little drain areas there. Pretty awesome. Primary vent right about there, and the little hornito or divider is there with the lava tube in it that feeds the lava pond. Lots of smoke on the outside, so we can't really tell what's going on. Let's refresh that picture as well. And a little late in the day, and that's what happens. You see a lot of smoke, unfortunately, so very hard to tell what's going on in that scene at all. Moving on, the next picture is from across the other side of the caldera over there, and that is from this angle, and this one was from last night as well, where you can see the toe area and the lava pond, but a heck of a lot of smoke, so very difficult to make out anything. Primary vent is right about there. The lava tube, of course, you can't see, but a little hornito is there that divides everything. Let's have a look right now. There we go. A little easier to see the primary vent this time. Still can't see anything in the middle here, but there's your lava pond and the toe. Still seeing a lot of smoke coming around the edges as well from new lava hitting some of the old lava that's in the caldera. And then, of course, we have a fresher lava coming up here, coming in contact with some of the older, cooler lava that has already been sitting on the top of the pond here for a while. So looking pretty awesome. Moving over, there is our thermal from yesterday, from 1842. and that is kind of what it looks like. Again, this is from the other direction again, so this is your primary vent here, lava pond, tow area. I can't see that hornito, but it's in here, trust me. And we still see a lot of heat underneath here, even some newer spots kind of opening up, indicating that the outer rim or edges around that big cooler island that is floating in the middle here, there's still a lot of material in there that is hot and fresh all the way around. Whereas this thing is up a little higher and floating. Let's refresh that to get the current one, and there it is. And we see we have more lava coming up here, and that is very, very interesting to see that down on the bottom, and that's right beside the caldera wall. Pretty awesome primary vent there again, and there's that beautiful lava pond with the toe. Pretty awesome to see that, and we'll probably see some of that migrating around the edges as well. So we may see some more of those brighter spots up in the top areas here. So that is pretty cool. All right, let's go have a look at earthquakes in Hawaii real quick. And we'll do that really, really quick. And then I am going to take one more break, and then we'll finish off with everything else that we've got left for today. So new little swarm, if you want to call it that. I'm just going to switch this to ocean view for a second so you get a better idea. Loihi Seamound is right here. So this is just on the edge or on the side of where that is, and it's kind of strange that it's happening there, but hey, it is, and that's all there's to it. So let's have a quick peek. 2.7 on this one, 35 clicks down, 5:45 a.m. Today. This one here, 3.1, a little bit bigger, 7:05 a.m., same depth. This one, 2.6, 36 kilometers down, 5:57 a.m. And then we have this guy here, 2.7 and 7:05 a.m., 34.7 kilometers down. Kind of makes you wonder. Then we've got another one here in the water as well, 2.6, 29.2 kilometers down from 1:11 a.m. Let's race through these real quick here. 2.4, 23:53 yesterday. 2.1, 10:10 a.m. Today. Latest one here, 1.9 from 18:10, and then we have this guy, 2.3 from today, 17:17 is the time on that. I had to do that because I wanted to see if there was another one underneath there. Anyway, 2.1 from 4:46 a.m. And then we have this guy, 1.8 from 15:20. Then we got 1.6 from 5:34 a.m. We have 1.8 from 1:38 a.m. and 1.7 from 3:16. So that gives you those over there. Let's take a look. We're going to put this back onto satellite image. We're going to take a look up here on Mauna Loa and see what we've got. 1.9 minus 1.2. So it's basically 1.2 kilometers above sea level, so well into Mauna Loa, into the mountain. By the way, the Pahala area that we were just at, that is all between about 28, 29 kilometers to about 35 kilometers in depth, since we didn't mention those. This other one is a 0.9 from 5:35 a.m., 2.9 kilometers down. Sliding over around the other areas here. Quick shot at these two on the outside here. 1.7, that was at 13:02 and 2.9 kilometers down. 2.8 kilometers down for this 1.2 from 7:04 a.m. Then we get real close to our caldera, and of course that is Kilauea. 0.9, 1700 was the time on that, 4.3 kilometers down. And the latest one, of course, a 1.8 from 1801, and it's on 0.2 of a kilometer down. So that's it. That gives you our basics for what's happening there. Oh, I think I may have missed this guy here. I did too. 1.9 from yesterday, 2209, 20.5 kilometers down. Okay, we got them all. And there you go. That's the earthquakes on that we're seeing at the Big Island of Hawaii. And hopefully I will see more lava rather than earthquakes. We like lava. And I'm going to leave it right there for right now. Take another little bit of a break, and we'll put you back onto some canned lava and see if that'll run. And make that play. There we go. And from that, I am going to go take another break, you guys. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. Keep smiling, be good, and yep, canned lava. That's what you get. I'll be back, you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. That would be really awesome. I'll be back. Keep smiling. Hey, I play nice in the lava, okay? I'll be back. And there we go. Welcome back, or welcome everyone. I'm glad to have you on here. And Piggy says, welcome back, DrFox2000. We missed you. Thank you, Piggy. And that is awesome. Hey, Sue, just something I'm just thinking about. There still haven't been used there. Try popping out of the stream and then come back into it and see if that works. Just to see if it'll give it to you. Because sometimes I wonder how that works, because there's still some outstanding ones that we should be getting. So we'll see what happens if you try it anyway, and see if that works. That would be awesome. No guarantees on it, but I think that might be worth a shot, just to give it a quick shot and see what happens. I really don't know. I'm guessing. Okay, so that may be the scenario, and hopefully it's not, but we'll see. Okay, and no, it doesn't appear to have worked. So tossing tephra, yeah, that's what I was doing, Sarah, back on the 15th there, tossing lots of tephra out, and multiple collapses on the inside there, if you were watching. They asked you on the page, I think, do you accept gifts? Yeah, you might have to turn that on. That is something, I'm not sure where it actually says that, but that may be something you have to turn on in yours if it is not turned on, to allow it to accept gifts. None of Irish last lot not been given, and I noticed that. So yeah, that's something you guys need to take a look at and check out. And if you are using a small phone, I don't know exactly where to find it, but it typically is. I had to turn mine on, says Sasha. Anyone know how to do that? Sue, are you using a phone or a computer? That is the first question. So we'll wait for your response, and that way we can maybe guide you through it. And a phone, okay. So who's using the phone? And you're using an app? You're using the YouTube app? Is that what you're using? Because I don't use a phone with it, so when I'm doing my streaming, obviously. Okay, so you are using the YouTube app. Okay, yeah, no worries, Irish. We really do appreciate it, and that is awesome. But we're also trying to help people out to be able to turn that feature on. I know it did say that you had to have it turned on. Some may have come turned off, and others were on already. So anyone that know how to get into that? Because I don't know. Hang on, I'm going to try to see if I can find, if I turn on my YouTube app and see what happens. And okay, go into YouTube, and I see my app came up, and I hit, what do I want to go into here? Going into, I hit my name up top, and of course it brings up right away, it says DrFox2000 on the top, then it says a channel, turn on incognito is one of the things that it's got there. And let's see, that page also has settings on it, so I'm going to click on settings just to take a look. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. Purchases and memberships is what it says. Purchases and memberships, and it says you have no memberships, and that is interesting. And enjoy streaming. No, Okay, I don't know where it says turn it on and off from there. What about settings up top there? No, it puts me back into the same thing. Yeah, I don't know where that setting is. I can I can boot up my computer later. It takes okay, it loads, so I'll play around. Okay, fair enough. And I think that will probably also work if you come over to the other channel. I don't know, Sue. I'm not 100% sure how that works because I'm not on that end of it. Anyway, let's carry on with what we were doing. We're going to stop our wonderful canned lava here for the time being. And we will go over and have a look at the earthquakes around the world real quick. And then we will carry on. Couple of quakes around, and we'll start here in North America. We do see the Aleutian Islands has a few more 3.5s, that kind of thing out there, and Alaska area, then the Gulf of Alaska 3. We also have a 3.6 there, also at Kutan, Alaska, wherever the heck that is. Anyway, those were all from today, and just looking at what we see, quite a bit of activity up there in Alaska. Don't know if that's indicating anything coming up. We also have here Central America, 4.2 from 4:33 a.m., 44.8 kilometers down for El Salvador. We don't see anything else down the coastline there. We do have some more quakes, of course, in our Puerto Rico theater there, where it's always shaking and rumbling, and that's kind of a seismic hotspot, if you will. Some awesome ones there, a couple 2.5s just happened, very fresh. So that's what we've got. Another 3.6 right there, Virgin Islands. So gives you a pretty good idea that that is there. Did notice these down by South Sandwich Island at 5.0, and a couple of smaller ones here, 4.9 and 4.8, and that's what we've got there. Boy, it got dark real quick outside. Looks like we got rain clouds moving in, and they did say it was going to rain here. So looking here at the Antarctic ridge here, or southern, or what do they call it, southeast Pacific rise, 5.9, a little bit larger quake. Going up here, looks like a Tonga area, and 4.6, and that is 10 kilometers down, happened at 2:59 a.m. Then we also have a 4.4 in Vanuatu. We'll zoom in a little bit more. Luolatok has got more rumbling here. Timor-Leste, 4.8. And then we see another one over here, 5.6 in Indonesia. And that is what we've got there. It is 48 kilometers down. And I'm just looking at how windy it is there. It is starting to rain too, so it's a good thing I moved the bunny food inside the dispenser. Anyway, looking at a few more things we see. This one here, a little bit larger, 5.1, and that is in Indonesia, 141 kilometers down, and it was at 12:11 their time today. And also this guy, 4.6. And that is 123 kilometers down, 1:35 a.m. And that is kind of it for that area. Nothing major going around the Ring of Fire. Like I said, lots of stuff up in Alaska, and lots of movement here. And as long as we keep seeing these little quakes all along here, we know that the Wanda Fuca plate is not jamming up, and it is subducting. And we see all these quakes along the San Andreas Fault, also knowing that the little quakes mean it is moving. So that's all cool. And subduction here, 4.2 El Salvador. I think we looked at that. That is pretty much it for our earthquake map on there. Don't see anything new on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. And let's pop over to our wonderful Canary Islands, and we're going to refresh that and see what we've got in there now. La Palma first, and then we'll have a look at what the rest of the areas are doing. Lots of little quakes in the last little while here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, 4 for today. The other ones were all yesterday and the day before. Lots of them on the 5th, but on the 7th here. Out in the water, 10 kilometers down, 1.9 is where that star is. 1.6, 14 clicks down, and then is kind of right underneath Cumbre Vieja's outflow. Then we have 1.8, 11 kilometers down from 1709. That is on the other side of the island, which is really odd. But it's there, and then we have this guy also pretty close to Cumbre Vieja, and 11 kilometers down. Oh yes, that rumbling you heard, that is indeed rain or thunder, and yeah, we're getting a thunderstorm, you guys. Cool. Anyway, that's it for right there. But if we zoom out a little bit, and I want to take a look at these ones, see if there's anything new up here. That one was from yesterday, so they've removed the other ones. These are all old ones then, from the 6th, and from both of them from the 6th, and that's kind of it. And of course, this is the Eurasian plate, this is the African plate, and that's the kind of the line in between where the plates are rubbing together. So that's what we've got. And let's pop over to the volcano map. Real quick peek at that, and really quick. I don't want to be doing this too long if it's going to be thunder and lightning out here. But anyway, looking at it, still have our guys up in Iceland, both still visible here in the Azores. Michael volcano down here, South Sandwich Islands, they had a 5.0 28 minutes ago down there as well. These are 7 hours ago for that 5.9 on the what they call it, the southern East Pacific rise, and then we see another 5.4 in Chile, which just happened 53 minutes ago. So that's kind of what we see there, and then some of these in this area 12 hours ago, 4.1 in New Zealand, and then we have another 4.2 that is on the Kermadec Ridge, 53 minutes ago for that guy, and the other one 1 hour and 15 or 19 minutes ago for 4.8, same area. And then we have this 24 minutes ago, 4.6 out here in Tonga. So busy places, and those places 1 hour ago for that 5.3 in Indonesia. These are older, so not going to worry about them. 4 hours ago for that 5.6 right there, also Indonesian and Malaysian areas. But anyway, looking at the volcanoes, we don't see anything major or new there. As a matter of fact, I think we are missing another volcano here. We have Sakurajima, and we have Suwanoshi-jima, and Kikau is, or Kikau? Kikei? Kaiki? Okay, I give up. Anyway, that guy's still there, but we're missing the other ones. Hey, what happened? Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. Those weren't that noisy anyway. Still pretty normal in the Kamchatka Peninsula and Chikarachki and Ibiko here are still doing their thing. They turned Karimsky back to orange, and Bezimiani still orange, Chevalish still red. Let's see what else we got. Really nothing too major going on. This Carthala still there, Mayat, and Pitten is out here now as well. So interesting to see them adding those. And there's our guys in Africa, Ertael, going here, having a quick look at Italy. Of course, we see Etna still an orange, Volcano still a yellow, Stromboli still a red, and of course can't be a yellow, even though can't be, we haven't seen a darn thing out of it since we started doing this stuff. So that's kind of it for our volcano map. Nothing too serious or new on there, and let's get over to our weather, and we'll see what we've got cooking here. We'll see how our SO2 is laid out for today. Going to refresh that. Okay. Ooh, lots of thunder. Somebody's bowling up top there, and wow. Anyway, North America looks pretty normal. Nothing too wacky in there. We see the jet stream is kind of bouncing up and down here, and then going up into this low that's up in the northern portions of Hudson's Bay. Pretty awesome. Looking down here, we know K is still right here off the Baja of California, and making a real mess in the Baja itself and that area. So that's what's happening there. And down here we see a lot of pluming, and that is coming from Mexico City, as well as Popocatépetl, and then just normal stuff from our regular volcanoes. We see a lot of SO2 built up here. I'm not sure where all of that is coming from. We could be having some forest fires and stuff like that there, who knows. But I hope that clears out. We see all of it going into the Atlantic here from that point. Looking down here in New Zealand, we see a little bit more of a plume, a little bit more off-gassing today from White Isle volcano just north of New Zealand. So that is definitely there. We see the flow patterns have changed around a little bit, and that material from the coking plants is now pushing southward. Still pretty clear though for the most part, not heavy duty stuff. And Tofua is throwing that out. I don't know if that's all from Tofua, or have we got something else happening there. It almost looks like two bubbles here rather than just one. And I always wonder, ask the questions, and that is important, because if there's something under there, like Hunga Tunga Hunga Ha'apai off-gassing, I wouldn't mind knowing about it. Anyway, we do see stuff here in Vanuatu still pretty normal. Same thing with what's coming off of the Papua New Guinea ones. And over here, Luolatok would be right about in here. And then, of course, this is Java, and we'll have Ra'u and Semeru, Merapi in the middle here, and Krakatau, son of Krakatoa, there. But Jakarta is helping that pollution there as well. But we have enough coming from the other three volcanoes that it's pretty nasty. Now, we did show Ibu and Dacono, but that is where this plume is coming from. Looks like mostly from Ibu, and it is definitely continuing to erupt. And the fund to investigate where memberships go. Thank you, Irish Monk. We'll take a look and see what happens to those. And who ends up getting them. And I do have a list of the ones that have been coming in lately. So there's still some outstanding from yesterday as well. And I think right now what we're lacking is new people rather than new memberships. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, Clark Hall also popped in. Welcome, and glad to have you on board. Okay, getting back at this, we do see here southern end of Japan. Our Subanosejima is definitely off-gassing right about in there. And then we also have from our wonderful Sakurajima, it's definitely throwing out some SO2 in addition to some actual material being thrown out. Not seeing so much from Chikarachi or Ibiko. Karimsky is still off-gassing a bit there, as well as our other two here, which would be Bezimiani and Shivalesh. So pretty cool. The Mitch. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to try to say mischievous because I can't. Oh, hang on, I did. Never mind. Okay. Sometimes the tongue has to get into the right spot. All good, all good. Okay, and DJ Puff the Third is in here as well. Was watching and what? Mensch does VR. Okay, so hopelessly late as usual. Okay, that's bad. Anyway, seeing South Africa still doing its thing. Of course, that is industrial waste there as far as I'm concerned. And there's a volcano and some coking plants here in the DR Congo area. Urta Ale would be right around here. We can't see it because of the SO2 from Urta Ale. Not noticeable because of the pollution from the oil refineries and such in Saudi Arabia and those other areas. A real quick peek here at what we've got coming out of Mount Etna from Sicily, and then of course from the upper area here, that would be from Stromboli, as well as we have Volcano in the middle here. I don't know how much it is off-gassing, but Stromboli definitely is. So there we go, and that's for most of it. Europe, not bad as far as SO2. Don't see that much there in Ireland, but we do see a real heavy rotation on the southern side. We do see this stuff here in Iceland, and I do believe that that's just a residual SO2 that's being pushed around right now. But I think a lot of that was actually coming from the smelting plant. And let's pop over to weather. We're going to redo that, and we'll see what it looks like right now. And there we go. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. There is that really bad low up top there. I don't like that guy. He's bringing cold air down, and that is Santa Claus low. And they are starting to call for winter. Anyway, looking at Alaska starting to get a little on the cool side as well. And then we end up looking at some of the other stuff here in Alberta, and Alberta being a lot colder than what it was. Saskatchewan on the bottom of Alberta still holding a little bit of heat, which is generally what happens. And looking Ontario, northern parts actually still a little bit on the warm side, surprisingly, and most of Quebec as well. Southern portions of Ontario, though, a lot warmer. And then we take a look out in the eastern parts of Canada. We see Newfoundland quite cool, and I'm sure this storm and that high have something to do with that. PEI, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick area fairly cool as well. Some spots a little colder than need to be. Looking at the United States, we see that Midwest area here still holding quite a bit of heat, which is really nice for reasonable temperatures. 34 in some spots is the high, isn't bad. I don't mind that. And looking at the rest of it, 28, 29, Dallas showing 30. So, I mean, that's not unreasonable. But when we get into California, that's when we start to go, holy macaroni. And that is where it gets warm. And we have, again, all the way up here, all the way to a Redding area, basically 40 degrees Celsius. Furnace Creek, holy mackerel, Robert Frary, Furnace Creek, 47 degrees Celsius, 116 Fahrenheit. That is warmer than Death Valley. Wow. DJ, that doesn't even count. That is not needed right now. Anyway, crazy temperatures. And even when we go zoom in on some of these Death Valley areas, 48 degrees C right there, okay? You see it on the screen, and you gotta go, wow, that is cooking. So that is very, very hot. And Death Valley 46, yep. And that is about what we've got, so pretty wild. Anyway, I hope that cools off for those good folks there, and they get a little bit of cooler temperatures. 30 is nice. It's a hot day. 40 is too hot, and 47 or 48 is out to lunch. It really is. Phoenix, 37. It's getting too hot already, and hope things cool off there a little bit. Some places still holding quite a bit of heat. I'm sure they're going to get some weather disturbance off of K here, and I don't know if K is helping push up some of that heat or not. We'll see how that goes. It looks like they've got a dead spot here, throwing out some of that heat from the desert area. Anyway, that is kind of what we're seeing on the western portions. You see Earl over here, and this low along the eastern shorelines of the U.S. Looking at most of the southern states, they are reasonable with temperatures, not that bad, livable, and a little bit here in the Appalachians, a little cooler up in the high parts of the mountains. And as soon as you get up to New York, starts to cool down a little bit. Boston area up here in Maine, New Hampshire areas a little bit cooler. So pretty awesome that way. Sliding down, quick peek at Cancun. Let's zoom in here. Cancun, 28 degrees. Hey, how could I not? I should have just guessed. But that's what we've got there. And looking at the Caribbean, they're still on very nice temperatures. Colder temperatures aloft for sure, and that is what we're seeing there. And let's see, we are also seeing here a lot of temperature building in the Amazon, and going all the way down here just past the Buenos Aires this time around. So still above Uruguay is not that warm. We are warmer in Bolivia and Paraguay from the looks of things, so not bad temperatures there. Sao Paulo only 17, Rio de Janeiro only 19, 20 roughly. Not as nice as it could be right now. Looking at the bottom end here, I don't want to look at it. It's scary. It's cold. And looking at New Zealand, they've got a high sitting right on top of the South Island, and of course that high is keeping it cold, and that is unfortunate. hopefully it'll warm up for them, and then we have a low sitting on top here on the North Island, and that is trying to develop into something. We don't see much circulation there yet either. Once that gets going, it'll be interesting to see if it draws down some of that cold or warmer air from the top. So swirl it around a bit. Pardon me. And then we see here in Australia, wow, heat wave, and that's basically what we see here for Tasmania. That is the warmest I've seen it for a few weeks. 14, 15 in Melbourne, seeing some warm weather there as well. 19 in Sydney, going up a little bit more. 20, 21 up here in Brisbane. Awesome temperatures. Adelaide 13, 14 in that area. Perth about the same. But we see the heat is returning to the northern parts of Australia. Malaysian, Indonesian, and Philippine areas still cooking pretty nasty. I see we have a new storm there. That is 14W is what they're calling it. Pretty nasty out there. Bangkok showing about 25, 26 degrees, and 90% relative humidity. It must be raining there. That's the only thing that I could see. Let's have a look at the precipitation. Yep, it is raining. So that's kind of why I figured. Anyway, looking at Japan, bottom end, some nicer temperatures. Actually, all of Japan looks pretty warm. Not bad at all temperature-wise. Getting up into the Kamchatka Peninsula, a couple of warmer spots, but all this mixed air flowing through here. We've got a high on one side, low on the other, and that is giving us all kinds of flavors. This low, of course, drawing down all that cold Alaskan or Arctic air and helping dump it into Alaska. This high here is battling it, trying to keep the heat coming to North America. Sliding over, we see India still very hot. Definite cutoff line probably right about here, but still some warm spots in southern portions of Africa. And looking at not too bad here in Madagascar, but it's always a battle when you see two lows and a high in very close proximity. So I'm going to have some air movement there fairly soon. Looking at the circulation here in the Indian Ocean, you know that things are moving around quite a bit. Looking at Saudi Arabia, looks a little cooler actually. Higher elevations, a little cooler. So not quite as hot as it usually is. Same thing goes for Iran here. The mountainous areas are very cool, but getting over here into Iraq, still quite hot there. And portions are cooling off here in the Sahara Desert. Still out in the western portions are quite warm. This will probably be some good news for Piggy, though. We see lower temperatures starting to filter in here. And of course, it is a nighttime there, and unfortunately, still about 25 degrees Celsius on the island of Kos. The island of Crete here has got those temperatures around the edges. The higher elevations again a little bit cooler, so that's always interesting. And seeing Sicily very warm, Italy still holding a lot of heat for nighttime temperatures. That's actually fairly high, and again higher elevations cooler, going all the way up to Milano and those areas. And we see that the both the Italian and while the Alps in general are a lot colder. Looking at Spain, still a mixed bag there, so we'll see. And also looking here at France. France is doing its thing. It's still, I guess, fairly moderate considering all things are concerned. Same thing with Germany, holding a pretty reasonable temperatures, 14, 15, up to about 17 in some spots. But for nighttime, that is absolutely nice and wonderful. A little colder in Poland. We see the eastern portions here, and very cold in comparison to the western portions. Looking at Holland, 15, 16, 17 degrees, and Belgium, same thing. Luxembourg, 14, 15, 16, depending on where you are. And looking at England, a little cooler, but still a lot of good temperature there. There's that low that's really swinging the material up, and that's actually helping out bring in some of the warmer Gulf Stream air. But this Danielle here, I don't know if that's helping or hindering some of that warm airflow. Looking at what we are seeing here in Ireland, of course, Irish Monkland, and can't be a one-legged skipper guy. Lives right around here, and that is what we've got. Hey, what'd you retract? Anyway, I didn't know you had a place called Cork. Cork. Is that where they make corks for your bottles? Just curious. Anyway, looking at what we've got up top here, pretty awesome weather, warm weather for Scotland, for those guys. Looking at what we see here, and that is okay in Denmark and Sweden and Norway and Finland. Very cool. Down on the bottom edges, still holding a little bit of heat, not bad. And of course, Iceland, this is where we see still quite warm on the Reykjanes Peninsula, which is really, really nice for anyone who wants to go see a volcano. And Yvonne Kunkel will be going over there. Hopefully she'll have some warmer weather. It's 21 degrees Celsius in Monkland due to the fact that I have an open log fire. There you go, Irish Monk. That is awesome. And let's take a look at precipitation really quickly. And here we are. We see this mess up top, that low sitting there, and bringing cold air in. And here's the thunderstorms. I guess we're just on the edge of this little thing right there. Going to get a little bit of rain from the looks of it, and some rain happening in British Columbia, northern Alberta, and northern Saskatchewan, as well as up in various places in the northern areas, including Alaska. Lots of it up there. Looking at what we see here in the western United States, just about nothing as far as, we've got a few little spots, no big storms. We do see a little bit down here in Texas. As soon as we move over, get into Louisiana, Mississippi area a little bit more, we see a few little storms, and we see some scattered stuff here in the Carolinas, and moving up a little bit more, and even in PA, not that much for the most part though. So that's what we've got. And then down here in Florida, that's where most of the stormy activity is, and that's what we're seeing right there. So and of course in the Caribbean, we got that because of Earl the soul singer. And of course on the other side you have Kay, and she's going to hit those higher notes. Anyway, Kay, of course, hitting that Baja pretty hard. And Mexico, of course, tons and tons of storms all the way through Central America. We will likely see another low developing right in here, and see another storm. Very little in the Amazon today. and we don't see a heck of a lot happening in the southern portions either. Looking at New Zealand for rain, some spots on the, with those two lows sitting there and that high, it's a real battle to get rain or anything like that happening. It's kind of a really mixed bag. We do see though some of it, and that of course is going to be dependent on warm and cold weather mixing together. Here's something interesting in Australia, and that stream coming through. This low generating and pulling that stuff down. This high, of course, is helping feed some cold air back in there, which is probably not what they want to see. And looking at our Indonesian, Philippine, Malaysian areas, all kinds of storms here towards India, Bangkok, getting nailed. Looking at these areas here in the Cambodia and places like that getting nailed as well. Sliding up a little bit more, we see Japan still has a portion of that storm from the outside here hitting it, and hopefully it won't do too much. Here's where our super typhoon ended up here, and it's doing its thing. So that is kind of what we're seeing for the most part for that precipitation in those areas. Central Africa is still looking at some rain there. And let's take a look for Piggy and see what we see in the forecast. Of course, nothing there right now, and even coming in the next few days. And I'm sorry, Piggy, but I do not believe you're going to have much happening there. I'm going to get you for that one, Irish. What happened? What happened? Grandma B, you older than me, and you must take care. Irish, I thought you're 1,196 years old. Grandma B is not older than that. She's a young lady in comparison, and I'll have to stick up for her. So be nice. Anyway, looking at what we do see here in Europe, though, we see Spain's not bad. France has got some stuff happening, and of course, Irish Monkland there's trying to push that low out of there and push it over into England. But we do see some rain in some areas, probably welcome in some areas, and not so welcome in others. We do see part of Holland and lower portions of Germany and possibly Switzerland and areas like that. Half of France getting some rain, and of course there is up here in Scotland also getting some rain up there. Not seeing any rain as per se in Norway. Well, up at the very top. Possibly Sweden and Finland as well, but not very much. No, nothing in Sweden. They've only got fog. Looking here, though, in Iceland, and we see some rain coming across, but not a heck of a lot. That should clear out within a few hours there and give them some decent time. Yeah, lots of ice. There's snowfall, build up those layers of snow in Greenland. But anyway, let's zoom out here a little bit. Time to find the low temperature of our good old planet here, and we'll see what we can come up with. Minus 72 so far for the quick initial look. Irish Monk throwing in another wonderful super chat of 199 euros. That is awesome. I found a minus 75 Celsius, and that is about as cold as I think we can get for today. Sue Hayes says a minus 75 as well, and hey, we tied. Wonderful, and I'm going to write this Irish Monk down here for 199. thank you very much, Irish Monk. That is awesome. Appreciate that wonderful support from you. That is cool. Okay, so yeah, that is, it's a tie. Yes, it is a tie. And that was easy to find too. Now that I can't find it anymore. But we had it in there, or was on the screen, so I'm safe. There it is. I seen it. It's in here. It's right in here. There we go. So that's it. Bundle up your penguins, you guys. Make sure they stay warm and dry. Grandma B is really my grandmother, but looks younger. Okay. Irish Monk, you're going to get yourself in a whole bunch of trouble saying that kind of stuff. And now I can see why Elena has some issues with you. So be very, very, and remember what I told you, Irish Monk, empathy, okay? Empathy, please make sure it's empathy, not insults. And that is, it's important, and you need to realize that. So anyway, Grandma B, on the behalf of all of us here, the Lavaliers and everyone, we duly apologize for Irish Monk. Okay, so I hope you're okay with that, and I do appreciate you being here. And anyway, we also appreciate Irish. Yeah, empathy. There you go. You got it. And empathy, even for your goats. Give them empathy, and you won't have any problems. That's the way it works. I'm going to leave it at that, you guys. Thank you very, very kindly, everyone, for being here today. You guys are awesome, of course, and thanks for popping in. We did make it over that 100 mark, and I know it's pretty rough when you don't have a lot of lava and stuff happening with the other volcanoes. I wish we had more. Unfortunately, we don't, so it is one of those things. Anyway, I'm going to read through our super chat list here, and the gift giver for today and stuff, and let's do this. Arliss Scott, thank you for your super chat. Scott Hartman, thank you. Irish Monk, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And then Irish Monk gifted 5 memberships, and then another super chat from Irish Monk, and then he gifted another 5 memberships. Thank you. And then Grandma B gifted 1 membership, and then Irish Monk gifted another 5 memberships, and then 2 more super chats. And thank you very, very much, Irish Monk. I do appreciate that wonderful support. You are awesome, and I hope everything goes well, and that your leg heals up, and that you'll be back out on your boat in no time doing good things, catching that fish. Arr. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. I know it wasn't as big of a crowd, and that is to be expected. So be good, be kind, and be careful. Thank you, everyone. A big thanks to our moderators, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, C&D Boy, 24/7 Live, Gary, 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, Gary, Lucas Snow as well. And I didn't see Joseph, but he might be there in the background as well. So thank you, moderators. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you being here. And on that friendly note, we'll wrap this up for tonight. Thanks again to everyone, the members that are helping us support the channel. I really do appreciate all of you. And of course, the entire Lava family. So that is cool. And I'm back, LOL. Thanks, Doc. Ta-ta for now, all. Thank you, Sharon Stewart, and glad that you enjoyed it for tonight. hopefully everyone will be good, and please make sure that yeah, Sharon, it was a tie. Minus 75 C, cold enough for me. But anyway, be good, be kind, be careful, and most of all, make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where it is raining lightly right now. And we were on the edge of a thunderstorm, and we'll see what happens if we get more of that. Be good, you guys, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. And take care for now. Oink, oink. Good night.